Hey, welcome back to the 5-Minute Strategist. So I was having a conversation with a friend the other day and telling her how stressed I was. And she was like, oh, what do you mean? And I did the kind of brush off, business, work, some generic terms that kind of cover everything. And she pushed back and said, no, what is making you stressed? Can you be more specific? And it got me thinking that as small business owners, everything we do or say or decide, how we behave in every moment, has this massive ripple effect through our business. And so we're really used to dealing with stress sitting next to us at our desks every single day. And so stress has morphed into this blob of a thing that sits next to us that we don't even really articulate particularly well. And we've made stress the problem rather than the symptom. And as soon as we do that, how can we possibly be proactive in how we manage or reduce it? So I want you to ask yourself, what are the major things that are making you stressed out right now? Is it that you have a pain in the ass client who has paid the exact same amount as every other client, has signed a contract, but still is nagging you for stuff that she feels entitled to that isn't part of the deal? Maybe it's that feeling like you're watching your team move at a glacial speed while your great idea is losing traction by the second. Maybe it's just really hard to balance work and life at the moment. Maybe you're stressed because your business has grown to where you thought you wanted it to grow and it doesn't all feel as good as you hoped it would. I want you to get specific about what's causing you stress. Not just, I am stressed, this is causing me stress. Are there specific scenarios? Are there specific people? Are there specific tasks that elevate your stress levels? And we tend to think of stress as this big thing, but often it can be just the sum of like 1,000 little stressy paper cuts. So you have that Amazon package that's sitting by your front door that needs to be returned before the deadline for the return, which is in like 3 days' time, and you still seem to forget it every time you leave the house, but every time you walk past, you look at it, and you get that little burst of stress about, oh, it's one more thing you have to do. It's not a significant thing. It's not a big thing, but it's adding to your stress. Remember, what stresses you out might not stress somebody else out. And what stresses that person out might not stress me out. Stress is very personal and very unique. So you need to understand what's causing you to feel stressed so that you can take action. Now, we never want to get rid of stress completely. So some stress is good stress and some stress, not so good stress. Good stress is motivating, helps you to focus, it helps you to improve. This is the kind of stress that you feel when you're challenged. On the other hand, bad stress is what takes you to anxiety, burnout, health concerns. And it can be hard to distinguish between the two. If you've ever read Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi's book on flow, he talks about flow on a graph. On the y-axis is the challenge level, and on the x-axis is the skills level. And there's this path at about 45 degrees just going up where your challenge meets your skill level, and that is flow. That's where you're energized and excited and you're growing and you're doing stuff and you can lose yourself for 6 hours. That's where it feels fun to be in your business. It's enough of a challenge to get you to use those skills that you love. If you drop that challenge level, so now you've got too little challenge level for your skill set, that's when you get bored. That's when you're feeling unfulfilled. Good stress is where we push ourselves. So we're challenged and we're building those skills to match. So we feel that little bit of tension. That's that driving kind of stress. When we push too far up the challenge level and we don't have the skills to meet it, that's where we get anxiety, burnout, bad stress. And you can look at this in any kind of situation and then take the appropriate action. If you have a deadline that's looming, if it's causing you good stress, you can harness that to be more productive, to get the thing done. If it's causing you bad stress, you might need to be asking yourself, how do you delegate some other tasks, maybe in that particular project or somewhere else, to free yourself up to be able to develop those skills that little bit quicker to meet that challenge. And this kind of reflection on why do I feel stressed? Is it good stress? Is it bad stress? Needs to be a continuous reflection. Be honest with yourself about areas where you need help. And that help can be really practical help. It can be I actually need help at home so that I can cope with what's happening at work. It can be I need to delegate at work so I can focus on this one project and really deliver it. It can be I just need support, whether that's someone who's listening, somebody who can give you an objective perspective on things. If you think about that flow graph, if you want to keep growing, you have to push yourself just above that flow zone and let your skill set rise to the challenge. So we're always going to be introducing more stress into our lives. So it's not something that you can simply white knuckle and just hang on until it's over, because more of it will be coming. So think about what's making you stressed. If it's bad stress, think about what actions you can take to counteract it. If it's good stress, ask yourself how you can harness it. And you get to decide what makes you feel stressed, not somebody else. But that also means you have to take responsibility for that stress, not somebody else. If you need something, you need to ask for it. People are not going to be able to mind read around this. So what is your personal strategy for managing stress around your business right now?